you jump off the wall. That helps dry them up because your feet are still going to be wet back there behind the wall. You're going to be on the inside,
Nascar Legends at Darlington.
The road is closed this time.
We'll have to see how this one goes.
Have a good race, everyone.
That would be nice.
Yep, hopefully I can keep clean.
That would
Yep.
be nice.
Would even be nicer.
Yeah, I haven't raced this track in a few months and never been one of my best.
Full grid at Darlington goes caution free. Imagine that.
I've had that once or twice, but I do occasionally for myself will find my time spinning out of the corner but collecting on the bottom and not getting anybody and just running my own race.
I think we should be behind the 5. Line up behind the 9.
Anthony, I don't think your mic's working.
Yeah, just be careful around me. My left monitor's just started blinking on and off for some reason.
Alright, buddy. Line up behind the 9.
Okay, mate. Cool.
I ended up winning one here last season. That's only because first, second, and third took each other out. I just got around them. But yeah, definitely one of my worst tracks, but just trying to get better.
Okay.
That's what we're all
Looks
doing.
like you're going to be lining up behind the 9. Let's slide back in that seat real quick. Give those belts a real quick tug. Double check your steering wheel. Get ready to roll here. Green flag. Outside.
Get going, you fool. Wanted to do that one. Why'd you start in the back?
Good shift one.
Thank you.
42.942.
Good catch, 25.
Thank you, man. I didn't want to come up in front of y'all guys. I hate this fucking track, but I love it at the same time.
33.957.
The lady in black.
Been hearing that a lot.
I live right beside this damn place, and I still can't drive it.
It's definitely one of those tracks where no matter how good you get at it, I feel like you're never fully in control.
That's for sure.
That's true, and just one little mistake, all it takes, man, and you're in that wall.
Yeah, there's very little room for error here, so that's how I feel. Is you could be running great for 40 laps, but you make one little mistake here, and unlike other tracks, you're just shit out of luck at times.
Stay down there, bud.
Yeah, and you better be careful going too wide, trying to pass somebody. There's not enough room, man.
Yeah, unless if it's like a very need to pass, I suddenly pass in the corners. I just try to get on the exit or entering.
Team failure, me too, man.
Phew.
The other question is, do you know why 3 and 4 are so short?
What is this for, Earl?
Yes.
Yes, sir. There used to be a minnow pond.
In the
There
wall.
is. when they built this track, and the man would not settle in that lane, so they had to make the turn more narrow so they wouldn't put the men up on. It's actually still back behind the track. Moved it.
Correct.
I'm glad that happens because it makes it for such unique racing, and you know, even with the professionals, you see guys who are much better in 3 or 4 than 1 and 2, and vice versa. So it really gives it its own character and everything.
Yep, it does, man. It really does. I've been around this track, but
Looks like you'll be lining up
used to
behind
be
the 9.
in the truck to Austin Dillon's crew chief. He took me around the track in a cup car, and man, it's crazy. The G-force that's inside of these cars, man. How close you are to that wall. It's fucking wild.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna be excited to see what they do with Worldwide Technology Gateway later this year, because I always saw Gateway as like Darlington and New Hampshire having a child with like this, you know, no baking like New Hampshire, but the track layout of Darlington, so that should be an interesting race as well.
Yeah, it should be, man. And I've always thought the same thing. It's like a mini Darlington.
It's pretty fun to watch trucks there. I went in 2020.
To Gateway?
Yep, for the IndyCar and truck race.
IndyCar's always fun there. You know, I don't live anywhere in the Midwest like that, but it's one of those tracks I'd enjoy going to if they had a good double weekend like that, double header.
I've been to this race right here 24 years in a row. Besides the year with COVID. That's the only year I've ever missed.
That's how I was with Dega for a long time, because I live in Atlanta, but my dad always liked Dega more, so I went there for probably 15 years every race. Great times out there.
Yeah, I ain't never been there, man. I've been to here. I've been to Charlotte probably 10 times, and that's the only 2 tracks I've ever been to. But I've always wanted to go to Dega.
Hey, 13, my apologies for that back there.
The only time I ever went to Charlotte was the first year they had the roller race, and that was one of the wildest, craziest races I've ever been to. Loved it.
I went to the All-Star race, my first race in Charlotte. I think it was the first year they had the yellow walls, like in '07. Of course, Jimmy Johnson won. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was the year that I went, was with the Jimmy Johnson wrecking the front stretch and then hitting Truex and then Blaney getting the win. It was just utter chaos. So
Like
I live near that area now, so I'm hoping to go back to the Roval this year because it's always a fun race to watch.
But if you live near Charlotte, you ain't too far from me, because I can be in Charlotte from my house in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I live in the city now, so yeah, I'm like right there basically.
My brother graduated from Charlotte School of Law a couple years ago.
UNC Charlotte?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, good area. Yeah, it's nice to be in up there. I'm hoping to take my wife to an M&H Harris race sometime because she's never been to one.
Yeah, I hadn't either. Well, I hadn't been to an NHRA, but I've been to
Chatty
like little
today.
drag strips down here in Darlington. They got like the smaller cars. I don't really know what they call them. Funny cars is what I call them.
Definitely make a trip one time. It's just an entirely world different of racing and all you know, exciting in its own right.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list, man. You ever go any dirt races?
Not much recently. I used to go when I lived in northern Georgia. There was I think it was called Dixie Speedway up there. So went to some stuff up there, but they never had any like the big guys come out, just, you know, late models or midgets or something. But it was fun going up there a few times.
1 minute 18.
Kokomo Speedway.
9.5.
Oh, is that your area?
I'm sorry, 24. I thought I was on the inside. I'm sorry about that.
There's no inside.
More so Indy. Like I go 500 every year.
The one year I went to the 500 was when Tony Kanaan won, so that was good to see him get it. And that was also the year with the Indy Lights where they had the 4-wide finish, which was insane to see live.
Oh, I bet.
And we can race these guys at Indy next week, so that'll be fun to see what these are like there.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see how that goes.
I'm probably gonna lose my A license after this race. I'm at 1.15.
Restarts. People just can't figure out the restarts.
047.
524, I'm gonna go to the inside. Thanks, sir.
That was that corner for me.
Yes, it was. Good save.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not good at this track. I can be good for a few laps and then it just all goes away for me.
And leaving turn 2, it really slings me to that outside wall. My car's way too swirly for that.
Yeah, in the middle of 1 and 2 is dangerous. But if you hit it just right, you can gain up a lot of time. So Josh, get to the inside, buddy.
Clear if you need it.
And the big thing for me is remembering how hard you have to brake into 3 versus 1.
I always remember the turn with the building is the turn I gotta use more brakes.
33.10.
At the tower.
The real turn 1.
Yep, the real turn 1, that's right. Called Earnhardt Tower in buildings right here. That's what Dale Walker called the race there.
Caution, caution. How was your forward drive there towards the end of that little run we just did?
Gotta be rich to sit up there though.
Hey Dean, how's it going? Get to run at Darlington again, oh boy.
For these cars, they should really make an alternate version of the track where the start-finish line's on like the track side for these cars. And the pit. Checking up turn 3.
That's why at least I enjoy
Like always, nobody can catch up.
Legacy tracks for these for the most part, like for Phoenix and whatnot.
Yeah, me too, Mark, but I'm like you, I wish they would make the track back in the day, like shit, how they was back in the day some kind of way.
Yeah, the guy who makes the schedule for this series does a really good job, whoever he is.
Yeah, I don't know. He kind of messes up here and there, but he gave us into this year, so, you know, I'll give him that.
They need to make an open Legends 87. They need it open series really bad.
Nah, James, you always do a really good job with these schedules.
Thanks. My opinion on the Open Series is I think it would kill participation in the picks too much. And I think iRacing, from what I've talked to them about, is they're comfortable with doing like winter NIS with an open and a fixed in the 87 cars and then kind of leaving it at that.
Yeah, it's kind of how I see it as well, is that leaving the open just for like the, you know, off-season.
I disagree because I hate this race. I hate them with a passion, and I just love adjusting my car. But I understand that part of the deal too.
Yeah, it's fair enough, and I know there's a pretty vocal part of the 87 community who would want an open series too. And we've had a little bit of discussion about it, but nothing too concrete yet.
I mean, I definitely would like to see, like, I wouldn't participate, but I'd like to see it. But the thing is, like, right now it's 7:30 on a Friday, and we have one split for this series. So it's one of those series that if they could get to the point where there's 2-3 splits on normal peak hours and everything, then I could see it. But the fact that it's a peak hour right now and it's only got one split, it would just kill any
and these guys
ability
talk
to have
too
two
much.
full series running competitively.
What mind boggles me is the other day I was in a B-class series in the nationwide car, and I mentioned the 87s, and half the people in there didn't even have these cars. I had this car before I even got to B-class. Like, I just did not understand why they didn't have this car.
The big thing is that, and I wasn't racing when it came out, but when it first came out, there was a lot of issues with it that people didn't like, and then over the year they finally got it more in tune to how they wanted it to drive, but at that point it kind of weaned a lot of people off, so I think that's why they wanted to bring in the new car and do the Winter IS to kind of get interest back into it, which it's been working, it seems, but I just heard a lot of people complaining of how the car drove when it first was introduced.
Do you think, I know this will probably never ever happen, but the Gen 6 car, I know eventually down the road it'll end up taking place with the ARCA car, right?
I don't think so. I think ARCA will be left as ARCA, and then if anything they might do a Legacy series, how they do with like the Legacy trucks and whatnot.
One to go.
Well, I really hope they do because I love the Gen 6 car, and I love the ARCA car. I just hate racing in that league because it's a fucking demolition derby the whole time.
I agree big time on that, brother. Dude, I love the ARCAs, but man, it is hard to race in that series.
571.
Yeah, it's not even fun, man, because I get raced before I get to turn one every freaking race. And I love that fucking car so much, man.
Check out.
I was trying it out this year to do a full season of it. I did 9 races, never finished higher than 11th, and in those 9 races I lost nearly 500 IR, all because I got wrecked into and nothing of my own fault. So I wish they would eventually create like maybe a B or A class version, how they kind of do like street stock cars in a sense, to a little bit better racing.
Yeah, Mark, that's exactly what I want them to do. But I don't know who to talk to, but I'm going to try to aggravate somebody to do something.
Also to have longer race lengths instead of 40 laps or a short track. I'd rather it be 100 laps or something.
Green flag. Everybody's rolling.
Sorry, I missed the shift.
Inside. Clear.
Yeah, something outside.
I did that same thing earlier, dude.
1 minute 5.519.
Whoa, you can go on around, buddy. I ain't ready to go.
Clear.
Bye.
Nice job.
Hey, season of iRacing.
Thank you.
Fast going to these turns, race to beat. And I'm doing it too.
4.94.
Oh, that's rough.
Caution. It's all on you, man. It's all on you. You make the call here. Pit road is closed.
Man, oh man.
We're going to restart behind the
All right, let's try to give me the position back there, Zach.
Rain delay in Xfinity, huh?
I had it when the guy went around. I did not have it when the yellow flag dropped.
Hey James, I know they just brought Indy to Legends. Is there any rumors or talks about bringing other tracks that aren't currently in the schedule to have official setups?
The survey will be going out whenever they post in the forums, which last season was week 5. So I'm putting every single oval track on the survey, and we'll see what comes up.
Nice. Yeah, that's one thing I wish to have more, tracks to race with these, because it seems like they cycle through pretty quickly, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a few more here and there.
You're going to have to come around the tree.
Dirt races in these cars was tested out, and it was awful. And the plan is for seasons 3 and 4 is that we'll run every 87 track once, and then fill it out with other tracks.
Very nice. I'm good with that. Because I think there's something like 20 tracks right now that they run or around that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I have the survey's actually ready to go whenever iRacing puts.
You guys watch it.
James, do you have the ear of somebody in iRacing, or do you work with them, or what?
Well, y'all have done a hell of a job. I constantly praise that this is the best series, in my opinion, on the oval side of things.
Can't believe that guy came back up the track.
Yeah, I do the NIS.
I thought he was pulling down to let me by.
The last 2
Apparently
weeks,
not.
but yeah, I pretty much do this as like my official that I try to run for the championship for, and then I just do a lot of my league stuff to, you know, have better races.
You're going to be lining up behind the 15.
Looking forward to it.
Alright, looks like you're going to be lining up behind the 15.
The league I do in these, they ran Las Vegas with these, and we did the Texas setup because it was kind of similar, and Las Vegas was a lot of fun in these cars, so that might be a good one to throw on there. Yeah, I was a little skeptical when we were to race it in our league without an official setup, but Texas worked pretty close to it, and yeah, it was, you know, just like kind of like a Charlotte or Texas, but you know, had its own unique characteristics, and it was a lot of fun to race there.
Alright, Earl, buddy. This restart's going to be important, as you guys know, so we got to make sure we're on our games here. On it. You're going to be lining up behind the 15.
What's a free app that I can download to listen to videos like on this race game?
You should just save them?
1.138.
I'm trying to listen to the Atlanta Braves game on the radio, and I cannot find the app on my phone to download it. A free one.
You should be able to do, like, I guess, like iHeartRadio or something, right?
That popped up. Let me download that and see. Try that out. That's free, right?
Yeah, no, that one's free because I think a lot of radio stations use that, so that way, like, if you lived in, let's say, Wyoming, but you want to listen to the Braves, you could use that. So it allows, I guess, the stations probably pay the service fees so that people would still access the station and all that. So I'm pretty sure it's still free.
All right, thanks, man. Download it now. Appreciate it.
How many laps did they get in before it started raining?
Quick question, what do you guys think on tires? Like, what lap should I go in on that? I'm new to this in the pack with the 87s.
Usually at halfway or a little bit further than that, but it's very hard at most tracks to make them go all the way.
1 minute 8.257.
Roger that.
Oh, they didn't get any in.
33.705.
Good save, buddy. Good job.
I don't understand why those guys didn't come in under caution. Maybe they were penalties.
33.174.
Thank you, 13. Appreciate it. Damn, I just lost it. Fuck.
Everybody's been losing it.
Sorry.
These guys hit the wall around every corner. Quite know how some of these guys can run so fast around this place. Of course, I think about half of this crew works with for iRacing, so.
Hey James Allen, what brake box are you on? I'm just curious. Four. Thank you, man.
That's the guy I muted.
33.5.
I'm gonna start trying what you said. 3 clicks to the left every time. Let's try that out.
Yeah, I'm currently running 42 because it helps out. The main thing is start working your way down the brake bias until you find what works for you. Like James said, it doesn't work for everybody, but 42% helps loosen your back end up a lot more, and it also helps not burn your tires off as much. But you can't do it at every track. I still can't, but I do it at most tracks.
Yeah, I was running 57.
34.5.
I'll go low.
I was running 57, I dropped it down and it flipped out a lot. But I've already burnt my tires right now.
Surface here there too.
Good. It's close.
I can never figure out 3 and 4 to save my life.
I can't figure out any of them.
Oh, I try. It's one lap I'm braking too hard, one lap I'm not braking enough. I can just never get that perfect lap going time in, time out. Yeah, especially as your brakes go and your tires go and your fuel's going.
I'm ready to run the next gen car here. I'm just curious how it's going to run.
Worse than these. Be just like being on ice. I don't know what they fixed today with all the updates, but.
34.044.
Yeah, the big thing for me with Darlington is always going to remind myself how much tire falls off here and how slow you need to get through 3 and 4 versus the beginning of your run.
Do y'all think we can make it to the end with the tires?
No, not at all.
Flood?
Blow them.
I need tires now, my friend. I can't hold on to it.
I blew a tire at Charlotte.
Yeah, that's the only place I've ever blown one.
059.
Yeah, the main thing is that when you start off with these cars, you're most likely to start two-stopping if it goes green all the way. But once you start figuring out these cars more, and once you're not driving with a really high brake bias, you'll start being able to at least get one stopping, and then at some tracks, be able to go all the way if you play your cards right.
I know I've hit the wall like 10 times, and luckily I ain't got to hit not one X yet. This is a tough car, man.
33.947.
They are very forgiving until you ruin that right front by hitting it too hard one time.
That tears your tire off, and then you're 8 minutes.
I wish they put this damage model that's on these cars on the other cars. This damage model is awesome, man.
Well, it's also based off of the fact that the cars used to have steel bodies versus, you know, the new ones today, they're composite or fiberglass.
34.
Yeah, I'm talking about like when the tire flies off of it and stuff. That's what that looks so cool, man.
Yeah, these things were just tanks back in the day, so it's just accurate.
It's like they're driving a tank, man. Tanks are good.
That's why they injured more drivers.
Yeah, that's true.
Check out the seatbelt in this thing, man. I don't know how more drivers killed than there was.
34.
Especially when they didn't have any of the safety implementations of today, of like the Hans and whatnot. They were just different beasts back then.
Yeah, that was full-grown men, bro.
I just don't know.
If you get a run, don't be afraid to wing right around me, brother.
Of course you do.
34.265.
Whoa, what up in there?
Somebody.
Where's the yellow for that?
No yellow for you.
Obviously none. You got fresh tires, Cameron?
No, but I need them. I screwed up going in early.
Whenever you get to me, man, I'll be glad. I'll let you get around.
Of course, didn't help. That guy hooked me in.
I'm really struggling.
Burned off half my tires, trying to straighten back out.
Yeah, no worries. We got leader coming up too, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to drive it as hard as I can.
I'll be blowing the tire again before too long.
34.143.
Fucking, I'm kidding.
Yeah, them guys didn't pit at all. So they're going to be coming after me towards the end of the race.
.25 car pitting this time.
Is that the inside later?
5 laps ago, I would have been
34.282.
No worries.
able to turn that whole corner right around, no problem.
Damn, I forgot how bad this pit road is to get on. Shit.
I got my front tires smoked.
But just let you know you're blinking a little bit there.
Well, hopefully they get it
too
going.
bad, but it was happening.
35.
What number did you say was blinking?
5.
5. He's behind me.
10-4.
Don't go down there on my account, bud. I can't even turn the corner.
Hey, 5. I'll give it to you on the French stretch. Just hold off. trucks in the turn are coming out, so I'll give it to you in the front stretch. Hold on. Alright, take me low. Thanks, bud.
Hey, leader, what was your last lap time? 2-4.
Alright, man. We're still well in this thing, buddy. A lot of races to go. 34.904.
One car on stretch, bud.
Totally amazing.
That's bad. I got fresh tires and I just ran 43.6. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike. Alright, there's another mic in here.
36.321.
Want to get to 50, which is probably another mistake. I don't know why that guy.
37.089.
Of course, he might be dancing on some bad tires too.
Not sure how that wasn't yellow. I almost nailed the lap car on the inside of 4th. That was almost the camera.
061.
Is it because the track's so wide and the groove's so far away from the wall, I guess?
It's because the apron's huge here.
Yeah, it's humongous. If you can make it stick, could you actually run down there on the apron and be legal?
34.714.
That's what it was originally intended for. They built a bank up top to keep cars from going off, slow it down before it hits the wall, but they ended up just racing there.
I didn't know that.
No, the caution will come out.
This place is like out in the middle of nowhere, too. There's like one motel in Darlington, like 3 convenience stores. I'll stay low, James. Hi, I mean. You're welcome, man. I'm gonna try to learn something.
And that's it for tires. Hang on now.
Go, man, go, go, man, go, 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 go. 0 speed. 14.575.
Try not to overrun these tires the first few laps.
33.52.
27 pitting, or force pitting.
It lasts a little longer if I don't have to do evasive maneuvers.
.567.
I think a lot of these guys are probably on
33.469.
most of them still have tires left, so
I can tell I need to practice here more because I completely beep on my right front.
don't hit
Yeah,
that
like
right
I
front.
said, this is probably one of my worst tracks.
I just want to finish.
33.992.
This guy, he's been running pretty steady the whole race.
208.
Taking it pretty easy too.
.434.
30 laps to go. Some of these guys are coming in to get their last set of tires now, I think. Whoa.
Inside. Clear, clear, clear.
Sorry, 16. I'm going to try to put that on.
34.743.
You're good.
How's it going, 5?
Sorry, 5, I was not wanting that to happen, but I held my line.
29.2.
I forgot how much focus this track takes. Especially in these cars. So now I'm going to be doing about another 15 laps, just hanging on for dear life.
Six, if you want to go around right after I leave turn 2, go.
What is this for, Earl? Say again? Caution port. In the wall. Pit road is closed. Get behind the 22.
Happened right in front of you, didn't it, James?
Well, whoever was stayed out has
well
done himself well. Man, my throat's dry.
Damn, I guess I'm not the free pass car.
Yeah, I wish I was.
I made a mistake of not unchecking my my left sides when I came to pit road, so it put me way far down.
Come in to be behind the 22.
I've just been all flustered this race. It's on my new track.
You said that before, bud. I muted that one guy.
Free. Got the lucky dog.
When they were all talking so much.
Got a lap car
if he talks again,
outside.
Of course, he might be out. No, I think
oh, now you're the leader.
James.
Alright, looks like you're going to be lining up behind the 22. They could be lining up behind the 22.
No wave arounds. I'm just hoping maybe for a quick caution so I can get back on the whole around.
Where's the 3 car? I thought it was right behind the leader.
Open. I'm thinking we're going to want to stay out here, bud, but I'll leave that up to you.
He's in the pits right now. Huh. I honestly have no idea who's on the lead lap or anything.
Check your relative.
I think there's only like 5 of y'all on the lead lap.
You know, something like that.
Because I'm 7th, and 6 is the one who's starting in the front, and 3 got the... So, yeah.
Put me 2 laps down from when I was almost leading.
Yeah, 5 cars on the lead lap. That was a good green run, though. I was not expecting that. The 7:30 race Wednesday was like 8 cautions. It was awful.
Especially with this being a 1 split and having 3 cautions or so in the first, 15 laps.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Wednesday race did. It was 25 cars, single split, and it started that way and it stayed that way. People just kept spinning out. But this has actually been not bad. They had a nice green run with green flag pit stops. That's all you want.
Yeah, the only thing I wish I did was have the the left sides on, but I'm still holding well enough, so I'll be okay.
Yeah, I could get a quickie yellow here on the restart and get your lap back.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But you'll probably pass me after 1 lap since I can't hold a straight line to save my life.
1 to go. One thing to remember on these...
Do you have damage or something? Because if I didn't come up on you quickly earlier.
These guys timing that right, diving down.
Who, me, the 7?
Or
the 4?
1 minute 19.0.
Oh yeah, you got the demo, so.
Alright, we need to be behind the 22.
Yeah, no, I just way overdrove my car, because by the time I pitted I had a meatball and had 0 had 0% on it, so I was just riding it in way too hard.
Okay, yeah, you could have tired down on it. Okay, yep, that checks out.
Yeah, I somehow won a race here, and I still don't know how. You know, I'll take that win, but it's definitely far and away my worst track.
I'm going to go to the apron on the start, guys.
Alright, dude, let's give those belts a tug, man. They're ready to go. Clean those rear tires off a little bit.
I might have screwed up the lineup for you guys.
Green flag. One minute 13.842. .203. .487.
Take it, 15.
Inside, inside, inside. Clear.
Not that I don't trust you, I just don't trust you.
Yeah, thank you.
34.753. .934.
There's the other mic. Dean's hit the wall for the third time since I let him by.
.93.92.
Should have set my brake bias at the start of the race and never thought of it. Till them guys mentioned it halfway through. Now it's running.
Man, that's 3 cars.
Much
Bad.
better.
34.559. .33565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565. 33.565.
was fast.
33.886.
Get down there, bud. Thank you.
34.16. Inside. Clear.
How did I know you were going to do that, bud? He's pretty fast. See where he's braking.
34.596.
So he stays above that little divot. These guys can run that top rim, and I can't. Gained a position there somehow. Did the opens here in the winter one. I geared my car down. I had a pretty good finish there. So I can set it up. These fixed setups. I don't know. They're kind of tough. Some smoke there from somebody.
34.122. .118. .064. .137.
Alright, I think you tore some tires there, Julian.
Wished I'd have ran it the first half of the race the way I have the second half, and then I
34.269.
wouldn't have torched my tires so quick, but I think probably sliding around probably had a little something to do with that too.
What a drift.
Come on, turn.
Five laps.
3 maybe.
Keep it low, 22 if you can. Thank you.
.028. White flag, white flag.
I got a little carried away there.
The win, Sam. Congratulations.
Good race, everyone.
Wasn't bad.
That was a good race.
Wasn't as bad as I
Good
thought.
fun.
Thought I would actually place better, but
At least I finished with a 0x, I'll take that.
had my issues.
Despite hitting the wall like 45 times.
Isn't that crazy? The power on these things is awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't bad that time. I had my front brakes way too high to start.
Alright, I'll see some of y'all at the 931, hopefully.
10-4, brother.
Sam Johnson. Division 1. Imagine that. Alright, well that was a rough one, but we got through it. And got a few Martinsville races coming up next, so catch y'all next time. Get my mouse to work here.